And now for the moment that any Modpack player dreads. The dreaded update release. Hey guys, this is Farrell. I'm back from recording the first 2 episodes of Forever Stranded. This is about 2 or 3 days after I recorded those episodes. My apologies for how they kind of didn't really flow all that well. There were only a few spots I had to cut out, and then there were other steps in there that just kind of didn't really flow well for making a video, but I didn't want to release a giant hour-long video of episodes here. So I promise this time I'm going to try to keep an eye on the recording time a little better. I just finished updating to the latest pack. I ran into problems with it. So effectively, if you have issues updating on your side, if the curse launcher says it doesn't want to update it because of mods not found or some weird dependency issue, what I wound up doing was duplicating my existing profile. And then I went into the mod listing for that duplicated profile, and at the top of the screen there was the usual update button, and for some reason clicking that actually worked. It looked like it actually refreshed all of the mods that were in the pack. So hopefully this is going to work. Alright, we're back. Now, where I left off with this was a little later after the end of episode 2. Much of that got cut out just to actually make it a little more bearable in terms of how it was flowing together. Just to give you an update, I did sit down and actually created the oak barrels. I completed the quests for basic survival. I can't do infested right now because I don't have any way to shear leaves at the moment. I do need 5 silkworms, and let's see, it's actually... This is why I hate this stupid thing. It's telling me incomplete, but it's acting like I've actually got them, so... I want to indicate that a little better, game. That would be very much appreciated. In fact, I've gotten to the point where I don't think this was on camera either, but I actually did... on the giant tree that I spawned, that I was so happy about, I did indeed shear off kind of the top layers of it. So we're actually going to go up there right now. I'm a little leery about doing this at night because of skeletons, but... Oh, this is new. That is... Okay, so we've got indicators now on for various mobs, which is kind of nice. Yeah, that skeleton's still over there. Alright, let's see. We need to... I hate having to jump up to do this, but I hate the idea of tearing this tree down at all. I'd rather have this nice big tree, because I'm going to get a ton of string out of this thing. Other reason for not being too thrilled about the Modpack updating is it very easily could change some of the dynamics that I'm kind of counting on right now. Like, for instance, the thought that the mobs will happily walk into cacti, that they will happily not jump cacti. There's a lot of stuff you have to watch out for when a mod pack like this updates. So we're going to drop that outside of range. Okay, do not want to follow that down. This is going to despawn some of the leaves, but I don't really have too much of a choice in that matter. I don't really want to leave anything too high up here. And they'll still drop, whatchamacallit, I'm just not going to get any silkworms out of the deal. Hey guys! Oh, just look at that. If anything, I almost swear it's worse now with the update here. Okay, no one, nothing in the... Oh, whoa! You guys see that? I've got a hole in my fence. That is decidedly not good. Block that up, please. I didn't even see that. Wow. I don't know if that was from me not placing a block correctly, or if something was reacting poorly somewhere, or what the deal is, but yikes, that could have been... That could have been a game ender. I do love the design work that they put in on this little ship here. Not seeing... I know there's a skeleton out here, it's why I'm toying with heading out here, actually. Hey, buddy. Okay, so you're a 3-block kill. There was a skeleton out here. He probably despawned at some point during the night, unfortunately. Oh, hey, you've seen me. Oh no, it's whatever shall I do. I do not want to get close enough to let these guys hit me. They do definitely inflict hunger, and in this situation with this game, and given what you have to go through to get saturation back, decidedly not a good thing to have happen. At all, period. End of story. So we've got the wing section over there, we've got the clogged engine there. You guys are still just wandering around. We will just do what they should be doing on The Walking Dead, and as if you see a walker walk away, you will usually manage to outrun the stupid things at this point now. Okay, so not likely to get much in the way of spawnage out here. I still don't feel like I'm well equipped enough to go out into the wild and have any hope of surviving an extended expedition out there. But it is still an option to consider that, because there is a quest to get out to that specific spot out there in the wild. Oh, you've rubbed up against the fence a little, haven't you? Thank you. And it's something I should also point out, when you're placing the cactus, it's usually a good idea to start in one spot and work your way around completely, because otherwise if you work in one spot and then try to start in a different spot, you may have that sort of staggered pattern not actually work out for you, and it can be really hard to figure out how to work around that sometimes. We're definitely getting hot, so let's pop inside, cool down a little bit. Thank you. Yeah, get a little more of that. Okay. I'm just trying to eat to keep saturation up at that point. I don't want to completely exhaust the usability of that food, though. Alright, so what we have here is a problem now. Aside from the fact that I'm heating up again just by moving around a little bit, here's my problem. This defensive perimeter that I've got up here around the ship and cactus works great. This is keeping me 100% safe. The problem is I don't need safe, I need resources. And trying to do this stuff in a way that I'm going to be able to get the drops out of the mobs, that's going to be kind of our next step here. I need a way to kill these guys without necessarily putting myself at risk. Now, if I were lucky and the loot drops that are getting out of completing quests, that would probably be able to get me something, possibly, maybe. But you can see at this point, I can't really do anything. I need iron to complete that. I need to get a ton of leaves in order to get that. And even then, I've got to try to cook these guys, so I need stone before I can even do that. I need water here. I've got the oak crucible. For an unfired bucket, I need to be able to actually put dust in water. I'm wondering if have a little bit left here. Can I? Oh, I can. Okay. That just changed things around a little bit. The cactus. This is why you want the cactus farm right off the bat here, because that is your best chances of getting a lot of good water out of the system. I don't think there's anything up here I'll be able to tear out or use. Yeah, we've got some stained glass, but I can't really do anything with it. There's a powered light up there that's not doing anything, but you know, again, I don't have anything to actually power it with, so that doesn't help. Actually, no, I guess powered light, they are somehow powered. I just don't exactly know how. I can make the clay. This is the other reason why I didn't want to use up all of my bone meal right off the bat. Change the recipe for that. Traditionally, it's made out of porcelain clay. I need ash. Oh, which I have to get from burning sticks. So that means stones just absolutely became the #1 thing I need to grab. Alright, well, I've got a process for generating dirt. It's not exactly great, but it does work. Those two, so I have some reserve food. We are going to have to sieve dirt to get stones. In order to get something to make a furnace, unfortunately, our only real option is a straight-up normal survival furnace. And I say unfortunately because some mod packs you had the slab furnaces that you could do, which then you only needed 6 cobble for. We need 8, and in order to make cobble, we're going to need, not in other packs, the 4 that you normally need, we need the full 9. Yep, that's not going to make this fun. Oh, wheat seeds. There we go. That's food type number 3. As soon as I put the fertilized dirt down. And give it a little bit of hoe action. That should be growable. I don't think I'm going to have any particular problems there. Now, depending on what type of playthrough you're getting, you might actually pick up some wheat too from one of the packs, the rewards, but I've actually kind of held off on ever using that when I encounter it. It just seems like it's not necessarily a good idea to blindly go eating up all of the resources that you get at the start of the game, because there must be a use for it out there somewhere, right? It's kind of about using the resources responsibly in an intelligent manner, so... There goes that hash, or that mesh. Let's see, yeah, I can just use... Let's need one more. Just like I've got that coal, I could make torches perfectly fine, or I could make the, I'm not thinking about the fact that I've got the mesh, which is going to give me a 64 silk mesh durability here. So this is going to last a lot longer than the stick ones were. 16. That's still not much better. It's third one at least. But not great, and I'm not going to be able to do much until I can go out and harvest the other side. That's okay, because, hey, it looks like it's about ready to be sunrise. I need to start thinking about the mob trap out here and the situation in general, because I need to be able to get at what these guys are putting down. There's a lot of loot that I am potentially missing out on here, and I cannot hold out much longer without being able to pick up some of that. So what we're going to do is actually start putting together some of this, and I need to hate that door. I think everyone who plays this sort of pack hates those doors. let's do that. And there are two things I need to watch out for. The first, obviously, is that there are mobs out there. But the big thing I'm thinking of right off the bat is... Shoot, I just thought of something else I need. Stairs. I want to actually have some genuine stairs here to work with. Because I would... Ooh, you get 8 of them in this pack. I like that. Much more intelligent use of resources at this point. I want to be able to get out here and not put myself at risk of being shot by archers and the like as I come out here. And sure, I could just sit down and probably just as easily put in some sort of wall around it, but the simple fact of the matter is sooner or later I'm going to hit a blood moon, and that's pretty much when something like this starts to really fall apart. This sort of inner-outer layer defense thing, because there will be people who will manage to happily waltz in past my defenses and make my life a living nightmare. So I'm actually narrowing down the size out here. Filling that trench in. Are you guys done yet? Come on, guys. We're going to have that cut on both sides there. And it's going to be the same on this side as well. Come on, you've got 1 hit point left, basically. Just die already? Thank you. Alright, let's get out of here, and keeping in mind that I have another goal that I set myself today. I don't want to wait too long on it, but it's harvest time. Because the faster I get this dirt, the faster I get a furnace, the faster I can get that set up, and the better off I likely will be long term. Not to mention, it's just nice to be able to refresh the defenses every now and then. Just have to make sure I don't walk into them is the big problem. Oh, bones, 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 bones. Give me the bones, give me the bones. Thank you. Oh, and I'm going to overheat too. I've really got to be careful here. Because the last thing I want to potentially do is put myself in a situation where I'm walking inside to cool off and forget that I need to put the fence back. That would lead to a pretty lousy day. Or a pretty lousy night, really. Do that there. I'm still keeping this side as close to the ship as I can, just to prevent any issues with mobs spawning if I'm sitting out at my kill farm here from them spawning inside of this area. Because obviously that would make for a pretty bad day at that point. We'll do that. We'll leave this side intact. I want to make sure... And we're pretty good on this side. Too worried about that. Oh, now we are definitely overheating. Okay, so we need to go inside and cool down a little bit. And just thinking what was my advice to myself that I was saying there? Don't leave. Ooh, come on. Saw that zombie flesh just as I was about ready to go in. Don't leave your base undefended. Okay, cooldown time. Because the last thing I want to do is start taking damage at this point. I don't have the materials I need to survive to keep... I mean, this is not eaten recently, but that's eaten somewhat recently. Eaten once out of the last 12 foods. Those... Oh, that counter is going to get really annoying really fast, unfortunately. So I've got some dirt that I can sieve up, and my plan for doing the survival trench once I've gone down a little more here. I need to build a trench in front, and then what I'm going to do is have half slabs. I haven't seen too many zombies. I haven't seen too many or baby zombies. I haven't seen any baby skeletons. So theoretically, I can do a half slit, possibly half slab up top and a half slab on the bottom with a full block in the middle, possibly. To be on the safe side, though, I think what I'm going to do is design it to be just a half slit and tickle the toes instead. That should be more than enough for now. Let's go out and I'm going to lose the stuff that I've got growing here. And just to make it a little easier to gather them up. We'll do that. We'll do a full block here under that, because that will let me put my cactus barriers back up. Always a good thing. And then we design this side. It is going to make me dependent on clearing out this particular kill hole manually every day, because obviously these guys will not just automatically die. Okay, that's pretty good so far. Good, and I'm going to do this. Yeah, I can reach back to there and still not have any issues. And what we want to do is line this like so. Actually, not that area. Yeah, I want this. Nope, not this. The thing I'm trying to keep in mind is I am going to have creepers in that little hole, so there we go. That prevents me from being seen by the creepers. And what I can do is I'm going to need a couple more slabs to pull this off. Perfect. Actually, what I'm going to need is some more stairs, to be honest with you. That's okay. I'm okay with that. Make some more stairs. I'm going to have to get some more trees going pretty soon. Take a little bit of the edge off here because I can see my temperature just went up instead of going down after hopping into the water here, which is a little annoying. So it looks like I could use some more. There we go. Stay nice and hydrated like that. Must be close to noon. Usually when it's close to noon, that's where I find I have the most problems in keeping the heat under wraps. Let's go ahead and get the next 4 going. Okay, so we've got a safe area there to work with. We have a trench that is secure and behind that line of defenses. Let's go ahead and do that. Now they can't see me when I'm coming out into this area, but they should be able to come down here, and I should be able to happily swing away at them. Pretty nice. Unfortunately, we're going to have to wait until tonight to see if that's going to work. The biggest concern at this point that I would have with this approach... Oh, good. It's almost night anyways. The big concern I'm going to have is dust storms. Those are going to make it a little harder. I'm going to have to go out and maintain the trench, and that's why I want to keep the this whole wall here, and why I want the outer layer of cactus that's above there still in place, because that is going to be vitally important to keeping all of that intact and keeping anything from overrunning the defenses, just in case the worst that could happen happens.